Welcome to the Brutiful Game. As always, I am Blake here with Ferris
Hola.
and Rod.
What's happening?
I am joining from East Tennessee for the first time, so if my southern accent starts coming out, don't be surprised.
Pot of neck
especially
bone.
when the beer starts flowing. That's right, because we got interesting stuff to talk about tonight, and for sure we get to the beer. You best believe I've got some Tennessee beer. But for tonight's episode, we are going to be talking about City beating Leeds and Liverpool handle Newcastle as the title race continues on. It looks like the top of the table is going to go to the end. We'll talk about the bottom of the table in a second. A little further down, Spurs and Arsenal each pull out wins to keep their hopes of Champions League action alive for next season. While down at the bottom, Norwich defeats Villa, secures their relegation. Boom, boom, boom.
Wow.
They gone. While at the same time, Burnley come from behind to score twice in the last 10 minutes. To all but have Watford sealed to the same fate. I mean, that Burnley game pretty much, well, to be honest, the Burnley game happened. I kind of thought Everton was done. But then this next topic we're going to cover is Frank Lampard's Everton get a massive 1-0 win against his former club, Chelsea at Goodison Park. Will it be enough to keep him up? Spoiler alert, Blake says no. Then we're going to have Ron captivating our hearts and minds as he shares some explosive news guaranteed to bedazzle us all. I read that exactly as Ferris wrote it. I just want to let that be known.
You're welcome, by the way.
And then we finally put the cherry on top of this pod with a little La Liga's roundup.
Excellent.
So what's up, gents? Good last episode without me.
Yeah, the kind of teaser pod as
Yep.
we are Ferris and I still in Orlando in our own kind of new-ish studio.
Makeshift studio, yeah.
Yeah, we're starting to decorate it and get all the accoutrement. But it's just nice to be podding again.
Yeah. It was our second time building something as like a pod. I think the last time we did that, Blake, we several years back, we're building a crib before a pod.
Yeah,
That's right.
That was, beer and building and screws, and then we put things on backwards, upside down. Oh, crap, I got to go back and do it again.
Well, the good news is you're consistent because you did the same thing with the desk.
I sure as hell did. He went, I don't know if this is going to work this way. And I went, that's because, let me look at the picture. Yeah, I did it upside down.
Too funny.
But yeah.
Well, for all those listening, we owe a big thanks to Mr. Ron and Ferris who have jumped on to, I had been running all the tech side of things. And that is not me complaining. I enjoyed doing it and I was able to. But then I got this opportunity to move to East Tennessee for a new job, and it's gorgeous out here. I'm in the middle of the Smoky Mountains. But company is putting me up in an apartment for a few months while we look for a place. We don't have a place, so I don't have my studio stuff set up at all to do this. So these two gents have jumped on to quickly learn how to make it happen. And I mean, other than talking you through a couple things, you guys did everything for the last pod.
All Ron, man. He's been a researching machine. It's the same thing that you were going through a few years back, Blake, just pulling out your hair and everything because the audio world sucks.
Oh, dude, it's a pain. The nice thing is Ron's doing research now, which makes me hope that you've learned things, that wasn't available to me at the time. I guess I should say I had to relearn things. We got a little bit of new equipment, but yeah, man, oof. God bless anybody that works in audio. That stuff's a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and thank friend of the pod, Tony Sounds Good, for coaching us through
Speaking
few things.
Of wrestling with but wrestling with the audio world, he's an awesome audio designer.
Yes, he is.
So new digs, same old pod.
Shall we have a celebratory beer?
I think we should.
Soon we'll I'll have my own studio get set up, and then we'll have dual East Coast locations, one in Florida, one in the Smoky Mountains, broadcasting live, and I'll get my full setup. And
love it.
Yeah,
love it.
And also in a couple of weeks we'll be potting live from Canada.
Yeah. That's true.
That's true. We have the.
International. I mean, we already have them with Ron, but the
That's
group
true.
will be totally international.
We'll have the road case on the road and doing a pod from the Great White North.
Can't wait.
Yep.
That's gonna be flipping awesome. I've hung up a bunch of scarves in my little spot in my new job, and just to see would anybody recognize what any of it is. There's a big Arsenal one across the top, and then there's a Orlando one it's a USA Orlando one where it would say for club, and the other side in country.
Yeah.
So the one side says for club, and it's the Orlando, and then I have a third scarf that is a different version of the for club and country, but I flipped it to and country, so you would read it going down.
Yeah.
No one knows. No one has. Nobody has responded or at least let me know they know what it is. But this one lady came in who was she comes in and cleans up the office a couple times a week. Real sweet lady. She comes. She goes, "Well, I like your banners. They're nice. Arsenal. All right." It was a total Ted Lasso moment, and we were very happy.
I like your banners.
That's awesome.
With that, should I segue into my beer?
Go for it.
Yeah, do you want to go first? Absolutely, go ahead.
Yeah, because it's speaking of Tennessee stories. This is from Naked River Brewing Company. So I'm out toward the Gatlinburg and Sevierville area. This is from Chattanooga, Tennessee, so a little bit further away. But I want to do a Tennessee beer. I'm doing this beer for two reasons. One, it's Tennessee beer, but the other one is like it. I'm from Eastern North Carolina, and this beer also smacks of very Eastern North Carolina growing up for me. The Naked River Brewing in Chattanooga, I like their story, life, love, and beer. So they chased a quest of developing a unique brand of beers for a unique community. The three words have come to mean more to us than anything else. We got true passion for craft that has led us to discover new relationships, ideas, philosophies, and a sense of community. We are but a tiny fragment of the relationship we've held, bonded by the joy of life, love, and beer. I love that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
So they're making tons of different styles, exceptional as Chattanooga is, for the life, love, and happiness of the beer. I love that tag. That's great. And that's Jake Ralston. And the beer that I'm going to have, which is cool, is it says, before Jake and Liz jumped in to start Naked River Brewing, Jake brewed a special batch of beer for their wedding. And this batch of beer is what on to be produced on a big scale. It's what we now know as their signature item. See if I can get this in the camera for you guys well. And that is some Moon Pie Chocolate Stout.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That
sounds
is right.
good.
Oh, my dear heavens.
About as southern as it can get. The beer that hung the moon, this incredibly rich, smooth, and creamy beverage, is brewed with fresh baked moon pies in collaboration with actual Moon Pie Company, an all-American iconic snack made with pride by Chattanooga Bakery. Moon Pie became famous as the working man's lunch. Now our Moon Pie beverage is the working man's reward.
Wow.
Cheers.
That can art looks super cool.
Dude,
Looks like a meal.
It's well, yeah, you're not joking. I mean, it is I mean, that's what struck me when I saw it in the beer aisle here. I was like, wait, that's not like a knockoff. That is Moon Pie. And I did not know moon pies were made here in Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
It's probably going to taste like something that I ate yesterday at a local southern bakery brunch lunch spot called a Nighttime Sky Pie. I had it at 7 Bites here. That's been on Diner, Driving, and Dives, and it's chocolatey and marshmallowy, and yeah,
graham cracker.
Yep.
Yeah, I expect to get some chocolate moon pie and graham cracker up in this flavor. So a little bit with marshmallow.
Oh, wow.
But,
That's interesting.
I saw that one and yanked it off the rack so fast. I was like, that will be my first beer from Tennessee.
That's
I
awesome.
love it.
So do you have like, what's the go-to beer store so far?
Walmart.
On that one. Still searching.
Gotcha.
The Publix has an okay selection. This is actually from Food City.
Oh, you got a
which is like
Publix up there.
Yeah, man. We got
Awesome.
a couple Publix near us.
Awesome.
But there's a Food City is like their Publix. Like Publix has just moved in here, but Food City is like their grocery store. This is where I got that from. And to be honest, they did not have a bad selection. Kind of like a Publix. Like a pretty good local, a lot of local craft beers. So I haven't yet found the good beer store. The problem is I'm working in Gatlinburg, and right now I'm living here, but where we'll be moving to will be where not in the tour stuff, where regular folks live. So I feel like that's where I'll find what's going. But Knoxville is a short drive, and I've already been recommended so many amazing
I love
breweries
Knoxville.
For Knoxville for me to go check out. So I have a feeling I'll have a better answer for you in a couple of weeks.
Go Vols, baby.
Heck yeah.
You got to get used to saying that, Blake.
Oh, I don't know about the Mavericks.
Good old Rocky Top.
I did play that song for my sister's wedding because her husband is a Tennessee Vols fan.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
We're gonna stick with the stouts. We're gonna have one from, I don't know, this brewery called Big Storm.
Oh, you got a stout too. That's great.
Yeah. But from one of the employers, Big Storm Brewing, we have a maple rum Huracan Imperial Stout 2022.
Oh,
That sounds so good.
At 10.1%.
Ooh.
Ron and I are going to be splitting this kind of bomber of a fine, dark, tasty goodness. And then Ron, if you want to read the back there and kind of share what the little synopsis is and what it pairs well with.
That's awesome looking.
Dark rum, caramel, and smoky. Our Huracan Imperial Stout already enjoys a reputation for intensity. The addition of blackstrap molasses, crystal and roasted barley create a dark, rich, full-bodied stout aged in maple rum barrels to enhance the body of the dark chocolate espresso and dark pit fruit by melding it with a sweeter maple and tropical rum. Serve lightly chilled to enjoy all the complexity of this well-traveled stout. Pairs well with ginger snaps. Pairs well with ginger snaps, beef Wellington. Wow,
This is a
that's
Christmas
awesome.
beer almost. I'm gonna need. I mean, I'm just saying, Ferris. If any of those are laying around and wound up in Canada, traveling up with Ron,
I can bring one up for you. I
Oh,
believe we still have a few
That
bottles
wouldn't
there
be terrible.
in the fridge.
Hey, by the way, Ron.
Yeah.
How much you want to guess that this beer is going to be sweet? I just started cackling because there is a note across the top of this moon pie beer that says, "Please keep cold. Re-fermentation may occur otherwise."
Oh my God.
So that means all the sugar hadn't been eaten. By the
Oh, yeah,
gollies in there.
That's
So
right.
This thing
it's
ain't gonna
sweet
shoot off
beer.
like a.
No, you just
Yeah.
twist it
That's
off.
what I thought.
Yeah.
But it
Oh,
will,
you got a cork.
you got to be careful. Take nice, easy twist.
Yeah, you got that new equipment. Don't fire a cork into
I'm
it.
trying. Yeah,
I
I'm
know,
trying to
right?
do it without.
Yeah, that
getting
means
beer everywhere.
it wasn't done fermenting. So what they probably ended up doing was somewhere in the later end of the fermentation process, they super quickly chilled it. So it puts the yeast into kind of hibernation.
And if you're actually making this with moon pies, I mean, that's
There's a lot
some
of
sugar.
not only is there a lot of natural sugars, but there's also a lot of added sugar in it, right? So
I wish it said pairs well with an RC cola.
you doing okay over there?
Yeah, I'm taking it very gingerly
Come on, get that cork out.
because I don't want to explode it everywhere.
Just spin it.
God, that
It's not
your
spinning
opening
for
of
me.
that bottle. There's a parallel to Man United season right now that's happening. I can't quite put my hand on it.
Don't you compare Man United to this fine beer?
Not the beer, just you trying to get that cork.
Are you seeing this on camera? This is
It
awesome.
is great. We do have to get the webcam going. So
Yeah.
we honestly have a
God bless it.
video
I'm
podcast.
struggling here, guys.
You have to do the twist, man. Just twist it.
It's not. I broke a damn thumbtack earlier trying to hang one freaking scarf. I tore the damn thing off. I'm just gonna rip the damn. Oh man. I need to do it fancy with one of those like knives, and then just
You mean the
shear
saber,
it off.
where you just-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get the sword and cut that thing off.
Yeah.
God bless. I'm gonna throw this bottle against the damn wall. Here, Ron.
If Ron opens this immediately, I'm.
I've loosened it up for him. That's what's gonna happen.
That's like the pickle jar. I loosened it up for you.
I loosened it.
Right? It's not easy, eh?
No, it's twisting just fine. See?
Okay, whatever.
Oh, it's made my night.
It's in there.
This is some.
See, we actually have it on tap, so I just pour the damn thing into a nice,
There we go. Ron's got that thing open. All right.
Thank you, Ron.
Crack this bad boy open. I love that we both got stouts. A Florida stout and a Tennessee stout.
Ah, good old day for the stouts.
Oh, man. Well, I smell some graham cracker and toasted marshmallow.
This has a really nice dark head to it.
Yeah, same here. I don't know if you can see this on mine or not. Oh, it's a little hard with the camera, as I.
Oh, there it is.
But, yeah.
I think that'll do us.
Oh man, who wrote that country song? An RC, Cola, and a Moon Pie.
Ooh, boy, you can smell the alcohol in this.
Oh yeah, it's maple rum barrels.
Oh man, I can smell
good.
the moon pie in this. Let me just tell you what.
Can you really?
I'm excited. All right, cheers,
All right.
gentlemen.
Cilantro,
Cheers,
boys.
Well, good Lord Almighty. That's sweet, but it's tasty. Oh man, this is good.
Wow.
Isn't it? This is probably too sweet for some beer snobs, but it's called a moon pie beer. So to me, I'm getting exactly what it ought to be out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely not taking itself seriously when it calls itself a moon pie.
And you better be getting exactly what it says on there.
Right.
Yeah,
unlike some of the other stuff that we've had before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that coffee rich stout, but then you got graham cracker and marshmallow.
Man,
That's
this one
tasty.
This one takes you through the full flavor profile. You don't catch the caramel until
The end.
like well after you've swallowed. Then the caramel just kind of like rolls through the palate. This is quite good. It's very
rum heavy at first.
right. In the very beginning, your first smell is alcohol and rum. Your first taste is rum, followed by a bit of like chocolatey undertones.
Like almost toffee coffee type.
Yeah.
Type notes there too, yeah.
And then the caramel comes at the end. That's really complex.
It's tasty.
You'd like this one, dude. This one's really good.
Well, I intend to try it.
Yeah. I think we have another few of these lying around.
Well, shall we get to the soccer?
Let's do it. Okay, so first, I don't think anyone was shocked. City beats Leeds pretty handily, and Liverpool beats Newcastle, which I guess that was the question because right now Newcastle's been on a pretty good roll. But both of these clubs, City and Liverpool, rolling along. It does seem like Manchester City is showing no signs of letting Liverpool snip them on the title. But the thing is, it's literally a snip at this point. So, it really could go either way. While up on Tyneside, Liverpool gets past a reformed Newcastle United side, which I'll call this topic 1.5. Eddie Howe.
Oh, hell of a job, eh?
There.
Yeah.
Wonderful job he's doing up there.
Incredible.
You say it feels like Liverpool could pip City. However, you look at the resolve from a City side that was going to a very hostile place at Ellen Road against Leeds, and with Jesse March backing that, who pretty much got a standing O from the fans afterwards, even though they were just beat 4-0, right?
Yeah.
It was not a 4-0 like they blew them away. Leeds had opportunities. It was back and forth. You had Leeds fans throwing like if you crumpled up a piece of colored paper. They were throwing those on the pitch. They were throwing those at Jack Grealish. There was just a whole, it was a very hostile environment for a club who just came off a very big game in the Champions League to Real Madrid a few days earlier, to go to Ellen Road, who was trying to fight for their survival and not go down against the leaders And it was a very much compelling match that you kind of had to tip your hat to both team, because for City to overcome that and get out with the win, yeah, it was a 4-0 win, but it was not a 4-0 win like they're used to. And then for Leeds just to put up just give them every bit of a fight and every bit of a game was just an absolutely wonderful showing for the Premier League this weekend.
As I stare at Ferris talking about how good Man City was in his Man United kit,
Juan
all
Mata,
I can
Man
think
United
of
kit.
is how bad this season is for Ferris, in that he almost really has to pull for Man City more, because you can't let
100%.
Liverpool get the quad.
100%. 100%.
You cannot let 100% get the quad.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. You're having to swallow it and I won't say root for the sky blue, but prefer the sky blue.
Well, it's not, I would 100% much rather see City win it than Liverpool any day.
I feel differently.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. But it's City were the noisy neighbors for the longest side, and then they just got a bankroll of oil money and not a whole lot to take to fully do what they did. Now, they had the funds to put together a team like that and to get a manager like that, and they're making the best of it. So they are, but they still have not won a Champions League. So will their sights kind of be diverted to that, as they, I think, play if not tomorrow, they play the next day, I believe, against Madrid, and they're only 1 goal up, and there's no away goals. So it's definitely going to come down to the last game. And yes, I would like City to end up pulling it off, but both of these clubs are just throwing haymakers back and forth, and which one's going to land that's going to put somebody on the mats, we're only going to find out on May 22nd.
Yeah.
And the tough thing for both clubs is everybody wants to be the team that beats them, so everybody's coming at you for these last few weeks.
Yep. And if, it's just like in the NFL playoffs, right? Those teams know that they're not going to move much out of the ranking, but they can sure affect something at the top.
Yep.
And to Liverpool's credit, going away up there to Newcastle, who, as Blake, you said earlier, Eddie Howe's done a absolutely amazing job. I mean, what he's got out of players like Joe Linton has been, it's just been incredible. And they are, are they at the, oh yeah, they're on 43 points. They're absolutely safe in 10th.
Yeah.
But, before he got in, you almost, they were one of the bookies' favorites to go down.
Put it this way: Newcastle stays in and Everton gets relegated.
It's very possible.
Not what you would have picked at the beginning of the season.
Well, most definitely.
Well, and we'll kind of not really skip ahead, but kind of here. Which would be the bigger club to have gone down?
Well, Newcastle has.
They went down a few seasons back.
More recently, yeah. I think it'd be a bigger deal for Everton to.
Yeah, I agree, and I think so as well. But just I'm curious to see. They, like City, are going to have seemingly unlimited cash flow based on their ownership and who they can spend. And I guarantee you, they're already setting their sights on summer targets right now, and looking to get into those places for Europe going into next year at bare minimum for what they're probably going to spend in the summer, and what possibly how can do with those funds and a squad available to him and his staff that he wants to kind of build the team around.
Nothing but looking up for those guys.
Yeah, man.
They can't look much further because they look up any further, they're in Scotland.
Well, the only danger. I mean, sorry, this is kind of really getting off the Liverpool Man City topic, but the danger that Eddie Howe faces is they are now a club with a lot of money. How does he handle the big names?
The personalities, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that'll be and I'm not making a judgment call. I'm saying that'll be the next step, to see how he handles that.
But he could turn it into buying players that are really great but aren't quite big names yet, and then helping turn them into bigger names.
Yeah, but I think you forget who's purchased them and who wants bragging rights. I think they'll
True,
try to
true.
get somebody huge just to sell.
Yeah,
some
you're probably right.
True. But where has Eddie Howe done? Where has he had success with
scrappy
with doing that sort of to Ron's point? Where has Eddie Howe done success? Which club last did he have that success of kind of turning these young, promising prospects into Premier League, contenders? Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Bournemouth right now to go down a league are currently in second. They have a very big game against Nottingham Forest coming up. They win that, they're secured onto second with automatic promotion, along with Fulham, who gained it a few weeks back. How fun would that to see what essentially how Eddie Howe built this Bournemouth squad,
and then goes to
and just absolutely had don't say built their current squad, built that culture around Bournemouth, and then they come up, and now he's playing them 2 times a year at Newcastle, who is a much bigger club and with unlimited funds, seemingly.
Also, think of how young he is. He's a couple of okay years. We'll keep seeing him in the Premier League as a manager somewhere for decades.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think even if he keeps a mid-table, we'll see him around the Premier League for a long time.
Yeah.
A cooler Tony Pulis.
Cooler? I don't know. Those.
So, just real quick, getting back to Man City and Liverpool, they have.
We don't want to talk about them anymore.
The exact same last 5 record, which is 4 wins and a draw. And Liverpool's next match is Aston Villa. So
Stevie G.
Yeah, that could be entertaining. And then Man City have where is it? I just lost it. Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one. If I were Man City, I'd be worried about that a little more. They got a little something to prove, because at this point, even locking it down and getting a point and a draw would be huge.
It would, it would flip the tides immensely.
So we are getting exactly what we want, and that is a tight race, even a tight race in the first 2. Now a tight race in the bottom, or in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then
all the way down at the bottom of the table.
We'll get to Everton in a second.
Yeah.
It's well. Speaking of the bottom table, right? Shall we move on to? That's number 3. Never mind. Sorry, I got my.
Speaking of the bottom of the table, Arsenal are still.
No, they ain't.
Between last year and January, Arsenal was the only team.
Oh, my God. 37 points between this year and the only team to do it.
Speaking of the fight for the rest of the Champions League spots.
And you better read that exactly.
A little further down, Spurs and Arsenal each pull out wins to keep their hopes of Champions League action alive for next season.
Read on, my friend.
Spurs beat Leicester City 3-1 on the back of 2 goals from Son and another from Kane as they volleyed to serve to Arsenal a few hours later on Sunday, who beat fellow London club West Ham 2-1 with Sir Rob and Hair Holding getting
Sir Rob of Hair Holding.
Oh, Sir Rob of Hair Holdings. I apologize. Getting his first ever Premier League goal. Tell me you saw the Ramsdale joke interview afterwards.
No.
When he was like.
No.
He was like, how many years and how many hairlines later, and you scored a goal.
Oh, that's
well done. Okay, that's well done.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No,
I thought you did this.
No,
so they're both
that's well done.
Post match, and he said that Ramsdale says that, and Holding's like, oh, come on, mate. So
great. That's great.
I gotta find that, and I'll send you the video. I thought for sure you had seen that. That's why you did that. Yeah, Ramsdale totally called him out.
That's awesome. This race is going to be almost as compelling as you said to that first place, because these teams are throwing, like featherweight haymakers instead of the
heavyweight
big boys, but they're throwing them back and forth. And that was it March 12th game between Tottenham and Arsenal are seemingly going to, pin that fourth spot. I mean, United are mathematically not out of it, but I'll tell you right now, they're out of it. And that match is going to be crucial in a few weeks' time to see who actually gets into that fourth spot, because the way that Spurs are playing under Antonio Conte is very attacking. You're getting those front three, but mainly Son and Kane. That duo is scoring and assisting galore. And if they keep the spark, it's going to be very tough to beat them. It's between first, fourth, and those last three spots. I don't know when's the last time we've had a season that has been come down to, which pretty much is going to come down to the last game of the year for all of those.
I don't know. I still think third's up for grabs. To be
I
honest,
don't think so.
I do. I mean, to be honest,
I
we're
agree.
only 3 above Arsenal, and with Chelsea's current form, we essentially look like Manchester United, except where we have some heart.
To
Past
me,
that.
this
But you also
is
have
the
a plus
one-
39 goal difference.
Exactly.
I don't.
But this is what I don't understand, though. I literally, this is not Blake Arsenal fan, haha, Chelsea. I don't get what's happening. Because Chelsea seems so deadly at times and then seem utterly flaccid.
Yeah,
It's such a wide gamut of what happens on the pitch with them that it's very hard to figure out when the game starts which one you're going to see.
it's
real
really
weird.
tough. It's really tough
I mean,
because
Injuries.
before, so injuries definitely have hurt us, but also I think I think we're kind of getting onto the Chelsea thing. I guess we can just hop right over and then come back to Norwich, but Chelsea's just they can't find it. They lost it. They lost the groove, and they can't find it. Yes, injuries have hurt us more in the defense than anything, but Alonso scored the winner for us the other last week. Pulisic pulled one out at the very breath the week before. Lukaku I made this joke a long time ago when he was on Manchester United, but Lukaku, because he's
Gone.
trying,
just disappeared.
but I don't know. There seems to be a whole lot weird going on in there because he's running and he's trying to get behind the lines and trying to do stuff, but it's almost like Tuchel took the entire team aside and said, "Psst, don't pass it to Lukaku."
Yeah, but in fairness, he didn't help himself by coming out back in November, whenever it was, and proclaiming his love and never wanted to leave Milan. And he was like, "Yeah, you could play nice and you can sit there and you have a talk. Hey, let's be amicable until the end of the season. Continue to train hard. I won't bash you in the media, and let's just finish out the rest of the season." But
why are you tanking yourself to do it? You're tanking yourself to do it.
Was it cut your nose off to just bite your face?
Exactly.
That's essentially
But
what's
I
going
think
on.
You could honestly, though, that's a good point. I think you could kind of trace the crumbling back to then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because you talk about so what does that do to the locker room? Then the whole Roman Abramovich Russian oligarch thing.
Just one morale cut after the other.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have all your supporters at some of the matches for there's a lot of circumstance going on in this Chelsea situation.
There's a lot of kind of piled on. Rudiger has decided he's leaving at the end. Our defense is basically going to be 72-year-old Silva and Azpilicueta.
Oh, and don't forget about Sarr.
He's easy to forget.
Almighty,
And then we don't. So Christian Pulisic's dad came out on Twitter a couple of days ago and basically hinted that Pulisic's going to leave at the end of the season. So
welcome to Manchester United, Christian P.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves the club. He wants to stay there. But I think he recognizes that place. I wonder if they realize whatever's going on with the Abramovich and the sales situation. means that a rebuild is a long time away. Because you feel like Tuchel's the kind of coach Pulisic would want to play with.
You know,
unless
so I've been
his contract up. Sorry, is that what's about to happen? Is his contract up too?
no, his contract's
no.
still around, but you know,
sell for cash. Though.
Everybody's kind of seeing the sinking ship, and
did he play for Dortmund?
Yes,
with
Tuchel, I believe too. Not
yeah,
I think I'm pretty sure it's with Tuchel.
But that's why it's so.
Did he play with Klopp too, though? Right?
I don't know if he was there for the Klopp years. I have to.
Or did Klopp hire him, but then left, and then Tuchel got him?
I don't know, to be honest.
It's just so interesting because they count on Pulisic to get him out of a hole, but he's still not good enough to start, and so he gets very inconsistent playing time. And then he comes to the U.S. men's national team and crushes it.
That sentiment made me think of something funny I saw about the Arsenal match with I think it was the Ars blog guy, whatever, who was like, the question is, when you start Rob Holding, how do you bring in Rob Holding in the 80th minute?
Yeah, right.
Because that's always what he does. But yeah, and that's Pulisic. That being said, he comes in Pulisic at the end, and how many times he won the game from Dortmund to now that way? Like he's great at that. I don't know,
but it's not consistent.
Your club is struggling, so like
it's not consistent though.
Well, and Klopp left Dortmund in 2015. Christian Pulisic didn't get there until 2016. So no, I don't know.
That's why I think Klopp hired him. That's what I'm saying. I think
he might have,
and then he left before. Yeah.
He might have.
So Chelsea's got a lot of problems, and the fact that we can't talk with transfer targets. We can't. Essentially, we still can't do anything, right? We've gotten a bit of a what did they call it? A bit of a variance, and allowed us to sell tickets to certain big matches. But other than that, what's that?
You reap what you sow. Both you sons of had Jose Mourinho be your managers, and you are suffering the karma of the Satan himself.
It doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah,
it doesn't quite work that way.
It does.
I don't. Jose was a long time ago at Chelsea. By the way, Chelsea won a Champions League last year. I mean, and the last time that United won anything was with Jose. So I don't know if it quite works that way. But here's Chelsea's next 4 games in the league: Wolves, Leeds, Liverpool in the FA Cup final, I believe, Leicester City in the league, and then Watford in the league.
And, and I'm not dooming and glooming, but given their current form, it's possible that we could lose pretty much any of those.
Wolves and Leicester, right? Especially.
True. Yeah, unlikely to Watford. But it is possible, depending on what,
Well, hold on, bro. You did lose to Everton.
Exactly.
So, yes, losing to 19
well,
Watford is not.
Hold on there.
But literally.
Hold on there. Here's Arsenal's next 4 games: Leeds, Tottenham, Newcastle, Everton.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Arsenal could literally decide the fate of Everton on the last day of the season.
Everton could also decide the fate of Arsenal.
That game could be wild.
That game absolutely could. Tottenham's last 4 games: Liverpool, Arsenal, Burnley, Norwich.
I just need Chelsea to screw up one more time, so it's Arsenal dropping from 3rd to 4th. That's all. That's all I need.
I mean, Chelsea.
That's why I say 3rd place is not necessarily guaranteed.
I don't think it is either. I think 3rd, 4th, and 5th are up for grabs.
Maybe not, but I think it's mainly the battle for that 4th spot. I don't think Chelsea are going to quite.
Well, what is Chelsea?
Arsenal, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. What has Chelsea done to really think that there's any consistency going on, that we're on the front foot, that we're finishing, and we're finishing out matches? Absolutely nothing.
I don't count a team out that has N'Golo Kante in that midfield.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. He hasn't put a ball in the back of the net in quite some time. And the wing backs aside from Alonso, and
He has great hair, by the way.
yeah,
We have to make sure we mention that on every podcast.
fair enough. Timo Werner, other than having a wild, amazing game every great once in a while, is busy dragging shots wide and high, and like it's not.
Well, I guess you can't sell him right now, can you?
No.
And you know, but I not only is it Conte in that midfield, but I also think it. You know, there's a Mason Mount there, the Hakim Ziyech, there's Pulisic, there's Werner, there's attacking options, and I think we'll just barely get them over the line. Definitely in the top 4, but I do think that they'll finish in third. And these last few games are really going to it's not gonna really pan itself out, I don't think, until that very last game of the season, which could really be can affect a lot of the teams that we just talked about. Not only as we go on to the next topic of Everton down there.
Yeah. Well, so we didn't right. So you just
I just
so
skipped.
we're gonna burn through the Norwich and Villa. Basically, Norwich is done. I mean, we already mentioned that.
They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. They lost to Aston Villa, and then Burnley won. So that's done. But to continue on, as we were saying, Frank Lampard's Everton gets a massive 1-0 win from his former club, Chelsea, at Goodison Park. Frank Lampard's first match against his former club as he puts in a possible relegation-saving performance as Richarlison's single goal coming out of halftime was enough to secure all 3 points over top 4 club Chelsea. In this match, it's hard to tell who is third in the table and who is in 17th currently. And why didn't you also talk about Jordan Pickford? Because forget Richarlison. That was a wild, wild game as a goalkeeper. Like he kept them alive.
Well, he only to be honest, he only worked half the match. Right? The first half of the match, they didn't have a single shot on goal for the entire 47 minutes.
Enough. But your Everton in the second half is against Chelsea. And I don't care if it's a Chelsea that's having a tough time. It's Chelsea. You got guys that can score. He was champion.
And you know, that's why he's England's number 1. Right? Because he can pull those performances out. And it's, you know, if Everton do go down, it's by no means Pickford's fault. Has he been great? No. But has everybody else on the team been great? No. And he's had pretty much zero help from his back line.
Who put out the article? I can't remember, was it Atlantic or who did, anyway, but someone did one. It was like, if Everton's relegated, they're finally going to pay the price for years of mismanagement.
Yeah.
Because they have not, remember rotation of managers and not really giving good managers a chance. And
they had Carlo Ancelotti.
They have done a lot of this to themselves. Yes. Yeah. So I can only feel so sympathetic. But as a dude, Frankie Lampard seems like a good guy. And if he pulled this off, that'd be pretty cool. Do we think it's
if he pulls
possible?
it off? But he hasn't been as good as, say, Michael Jackson with Burnley. Like, you could be seriously looking and going, Burnley, that might have been the right move, actually, to fire Sean Dyche. None of us like it, but Burnley's been on a tear, and that's who Everton's battling with right now.
Yeah, but I don't think that's Frank's fault. He has inherited a ton of crap.
Yeah,
but the point of that, years of mismanagement. He has
not been good at Chelsea, which is why he got sacked. And yes, there's a lot of mismanagement, and he doesn't have a defense, and we can go on and on and on in terms of the various things that is occurring with that. But I don't, with the resources that he has, should be able to organize a squad, and there should be a little bit of a manager bounce, which is seemingly not the case, but has been a manager bounce for, say, the two teams above him right now in Leeds and Burnley.
But I will say this: Leeds has a tough schedule too.
Oh,
So
yes.
It should go down to the wire between Leeds
Oh,
and
yes.
Everton.
Yes.
I do believe.
I mean, I think Burnley could.
I think they'll be fine.
I think they'll be fine. They've won 3 of their last 4. Drew that fourth, and their games are Villa this weekend, Tottenham, Villa again, which is a rescheduled match from one of the ones that they got postponed earlier, and then Newcastle on the last day. So you got Tottenham is going to be fighting for it. Villa are just kind of there. Though, who knows the way those games, Villa's just going to end somewhere in there. Then no fear going down. Not really going to get into the top 10, so they're just there. And then same with Newcastle at that stage on the last day. So not a bad schedule for Burnley. Everton going down is still very, very real.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. By the way, before we get away from the Premier League, I do want to, I shared you guys the tweet as Holding and Rob Holding and Ramsdale being interviewed afterwards. Ramsdale's quote is, it only took you 6 years and a new hairline before you scored.
Wow.
That's so great.
You can watch that video when the pod's over.
Yeah, I mean, if it's that obvious, it's
great.
I'll never forget the time when we saw it first. We were watching
here.
Yeah, we were watching it here at the house, and he's like,
"But
holy, Holding has hair."
I was baffled.
Is Rob Holding him going, "Oh, come on, mate!" Like the way he says it is so great. Like it's awesome. Like
somebody has to say it. It's that obvious that he got a new hairline.
Yeah, but his reaction is brilliant. Like it's really good.
Quickly to kind of just recap on that Premier League, Man City still are in first, 1 point ahead of Liverpool, who are in second. Chelsea in third, 3 points ahead of Arsenal, who are currently in fourth. Tottenham in fifth. Manchester United in sixth. West Ham United in seventh. Wolverhampton Wanderers in eighth place. And from there, that's about all that are even in contention for Europe spots. Not really going to get anything more than, any other surprises. Wolves are pretty much done. With that loss on the weekend to Arsenal, West Ham are pretty much done. But it's gonna 1 through 6 is going to finish with those teams. It's just the order at which they finish at this point. Brighton and Hove are in 9th. Newcastle United are 1 point behind in 10th, with Leicester 1 point behind them in 11th, followed by Crystal Palace, who's 1 point behind them in 12th, and then a slew of 40-pointers. Who are right there, 13th, 14th, and 15th with Villa, Brentford, and Southampton. And, you're on that 40-point mark. None of them really are in trouble, but, what the hell's happened to Southampton? Brentford, good for them for staying up this year. They're going to stay up this year. They've been bouncy. They've had some good games, some bad games. Today wasn't such a good game as they lost 3-0 to a very bad Manchester United team. And Villa...
No. Really, they only lost to Cristiano Ronaldo and
Bruno. And
Rafa
and Varane got himself a first
that
goal.
Was like
whatever,
push off.
Yeah. And then Villa, the Stevie G bounce when he first kind of got there, I think was just enough of a bounce to get them over that over to that 40-point mark. And then as we were just discussing, Burnley are in 16th on 34 points, along with Leeds, who are in 17th on 34 points. Now, Leeds has the far worse goal difference, which it could come to that at this point. They're on minus 34 with Burnley on minus 15. And then you have Everton currently in a relegation place despite their win. Now, they do have one game in hand, though, and they're on 32 points. So right now with that one game in hand, they get that win, and everybody, seemingly wins out. They will end up a point ahead of both Burnley and Leeds. Obviously, it probably won't play out that way, but just for the purposes of showing math. And then Watford are in 19th place on 22 points, 10 points behind Everton. I mean, I believe Watford have to win out and have to have a lot of other things go their way to even survive. Odds are it's not going to happen. And then Norwich, as we said, have been relegated once again in 20th place. And will probably come back up next year.
You did miss the headline about Granit Xhaka's goal from a million miles away against Man United, but I guess we'll get to that next.
Sure, and one of their
All right,
players
so
is
I think,
offsides, but we
that,
won't we won't right there. That's been called a bunch. Yeah, a bunch. A bunch. Don't even. We're not going down that route.
Wasn't it? You ain't cheating. You ain't trying.
It was
Yeah,
wow.
that's fair.
That game was a
Ain't
game
cheating.
of
Ain't trying.
inches.
Was it?
Of
Was it?
inches and just one team with higher confidence than the other. That's it.
So
that game could have changed quickly.
just a scale of worse or better. Was it worse or better than the pulling down of Cesar Azpilicueta for the penalty against Chelsea?
It definitely was not worse then. So
Okay.
it would be better than that it's
That's still the moment of the season in my opinion.
It's because it's all Arsenal have done all year is cheat. All year. That's all they've done.
I just had to wind it up just a little bit.
Just-
We got to
that's
move
it.
on, but
We-
I had
yeah,
to
we
wind
do.
it up.
We do.
Yeah, I love that. You just hit the button. You ain't cheating. You ain't trying. Just sharing in fourth place.
No, you guys are definitely cheating. You've taken that to a new level.
Hey man, just young guys having a great time out on the field.
It's Arteta as well. He's the ringleader of all the cheats.
Hey, man, this-
Little
this
smug
mafia.
looking Bond villain, and you're all black. Get the hell out of here, you little short little man. F off.
Ron's got so many bleeps to put in on this one. Wait till we get one, Ron, that you're recording, and it really gets Ferris riled up, and you're like, it's been 10 minutes, or hour and a half.
Well, the funny thing is, I totally forgot the swear sheet,
Yep.
so I'm taking it on my phone because I was like, "Oh,
Ron, it's copyrighted Beautiful Game, the bleep sheet.
the bleep
The bleep
sheet."
sheet.
Sorry.
That's right. That's
Bleep
right.
sheet. There you go.
Ron, you got some news, eh?
Yeah, it's supposed to touch our hearts and sparkle our minds. What did you?
I love it. That's close enough.
So,
And bedazzle the masses.
Bedazzle them. That's what it was.
bedazzle the masses. Okay, so that means our Premier League is done, and the beer news. The beer news is really just about me this time,
Okay.
and
Are you gonna bedazzle the masses?
oh, you
I'm
just
really
wait to see my
confused here.
bedazzles.
Oh.
So, I'm not sure if you both knew, but my fiance and I went up to Pennsylvania, and it's her lifelong dream to see Riverdance live.
Love Riverdance. I've seen them live.
So we went up there, and while I was there, I ordered a beer, and the beer was good. It was quite tasty,
Oh,
in fact.
No.
My
No.
God.
No.
Ron
No.
Keller, your last episode of the show ever.
No.
Where he
I
went to
found-
you. Oh,
No.
oh,
No. Do not say those
no.
words. Do not, please, God, no.
Oh, God. Oh.
Maybe this isn't what you think it is.
If it involves two words, butter and nuts, I don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, then you're way off.
Oh,
Oh.
You're
dude,
both
when you
way
said
off.
this,
But I did
just
look
thought
for that and
sure-
didn't find it.
Fudgy
I
the
just
whale?
thought for
Nope.
sure you were gonna say
Yep.
you had a butternut.
I was gonna be like, no, you get the hell. We've
Oh,
been down
okay.
that.
Come on.
Okay.
The news is I found a sour I liked.
Wow.
Give
Yeah.
yourself an applause for that one, Ron. Give yourself an applause for that
That's
one.
good news, Ron. The other one would have just made me angry.
Yeah, I found a sour that I liked. Now, I wouldn't go out and drink a 6-pack of it, and I had
Mhm.
only an 8-ounce pour of it,
That's a solid
and it
pour.
was
Solid pour, though.
good.
Yep.
It was
More than a
the
flight.
Victory Sour Monkey.
Mm.
I
From-
miss Victory Brewing, man.
Yeah, up from northern Pennsylvania, and it was actually something I didn't want to vomit out.
What did you like about it, Ron?
I liked, so it wasn't as sour, and it had a lot of Belgian characteristics to it.
Their Sour Monkey has a lot of malt vibe, right? In theirs?
Yeah, a heavy malt vibe, but also it uses Belgian yeast as opposed to what I'll call the sour yeasts, right? And so it wasn't horribly sour. It didn't taste like a sweet tart. It was actually quite enjoyable. So the beer news is that I found a sour that was listed as a sour, and I didn't want to vomit. So
Man, that is huge beer news.
there you go.
That has
Hey, look,
bedazzled all of us.
If you want one that's not tastes like a sweet tart, that good old Big Storm Brewing over there. in
We got some good ones.
That pickle sour.
The dill
that-
pickle sour.
No,
Yeah.
I tasted it.
That-
I tasted it when it was when you were there and just had a
was
sip
great.
of yours, and it was shinola. It was terrible.
It was so good.
No, there's nothing about that was
dill,
good.
Oh man.
We can get him out now. We have a pineapple habanero on tap.
Oh, there you go. Give you a
We
ring of fire.
have we have our black currant sour back, which is my favorite sour that's currently on.
Ooh.
So there you go.
Ron, see this is your first step. You're taking your first step.
You know what? You
into
come into the
world.
tap room. Your flight of sours is on me.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. You won't have to spend
Like,
that money.
He's like, it will be on you.
I did try to look for, at the end of the season, we do have our bet beers that all have to be drank.
Mhm, mhm,
But
Oh yeah, we do.
I didn't find any butternuts there. But I did
Good.
look.
Dang it!
God.
Oh man, yeah, we gotta still stay on that lookout.
Don't worry.
But
I've got some inside tips, but I can't tell you till the end of the season.
Oh jeez.
Ferris, when you made that bet, you thought he'd get fired. And we're in fourth.
I was. Man, it's completely turned around. Complete
Although,
mess.
hey, just Premier League Vortex, a hot second before you do the league's roundup. I think it's pretty obvious they should not have fired Ole. But anyway,
I don't know if they should have or shouldn't have. I mean, that we could argue that for
I'm not
days,
saying
but
even after this
it's
year,
definitely not his fault.
but
It's
nope.
you're not getting a lot from the players out on the field.
Nope.
That's for sure. So yeah, don't disagree
right.
with you.
Now, please take us around Europe, Mr. Ferris.
What the hell? Real Madrid are officially named La Liga champions following their 4-0 defeat of Espanyol on the weekend. They have secured the top four, they've secured the top spot with 4 matches left and have a commanding 15-point lead over second place rivals Barcelona at the current moment. 15 points with 4 matches left.
That's crazy.
They're good. They're good. And could that Kareem Benzema, dude, what a wow. Ronaldo, he's been a scoring machine even in the Champions League. Man,
Yeah.
he won me $18 last week. One of my FanDuel lineups. I had him as the captain. He had like 75 points. I'll take it. But yeah, it's good for Barcelona to kind of get bumped in. They can secure that second spot. They were way out of it when Xavi came on board. So if they can finish second behind there, it's definitely a building block for that club. What the Bayern Munich have also officially secured their Bundesliga championship 2 weeks back by way of beating Borussia Dortmund 3-1 at Allianz Arena. Bayern have now won the Bundesliga 31 times as they stand 12 points atop with 2 matches left in the Bundesliga season.
Ooh.
So it took them a little bit longer than it has in the past, but nonetheless, Bayern were able to secure their championship, which they were the odds-on favorite for, and ended up doing so against second place rivals at the current time. A few weeks back there to Borussia Dortmund, and Julian Nagelsmann has been getting a lot of grief for being knocked out of the Champions League in the manner that they did to Villarreal, but to at least secure that top spot and get another Bundesliga title will keep him there at the Allianz for at least another season.
They're going to be coming to America. Speaking of Bayern, did you see
Are they?
that?
Yeah.
playing against Man City up in Green Bay.
No kidding. That's
Yeah,
great.
playing
That's
at
awesome.
playing at
Yeah.
Green Bay Stadium, right?
At Lambeau?
Yep.
Lambeau, yeah.
No
At
kidding.
Lambeau, yeah.
That's awesome. Well, that's going to be
In July, I think,
Rockies.
yeah.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. What the hell? PSG were the top eaters in the Uber Eats League One table with 3 more dinners yet to be had.
Well done.
Although,
I'm gonna raise my hand on this one.
say what, Blake?
Go ahead. I have my hand raised.
Okay,
I will
okay,
ask
all
a
right.
question when this one's done.
Although Messi only scored 4 goals all season thus far. Now, he did have 13 assists, and PSG sit 14 points ahead of the table and have secured their 10th league title.
And when they did it, here's my comment. And Pochettino lifts the trophy with the team. Everyone's like, "You suck."
Yeah, pretty much.
He won his first league title, and everyone hates him.
Because it's not the Uber Eats. Well, it's a prestigious. Everybody wants.
dude,
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody wants free Uber
Y'all wanna
Eats
hang
for a
out with,
year.
Patrick Stewart and Mark Hamill.
Everybody wants that, but it's not the champions, which is what PSG want. And with that front three, with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, there's no reason they should not be playing right now in the semi-finals. That's why he's being booed.
Yeah, they hate him. It's wild. I feel kind of bad for him. He should come back and coach at Spurs.
Or Arsenal.
Wouldn't that be something?
we
Oh
don't
God,
need
I'd
that.
love that. Oh my gosh, please, 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 please,
God,
please,
that'd be
please,
funny.
please. What the hell? The same cannot be said for Italia, as AC Milan currently have a 2-point lead over in-town rivals Inter Milan with 3 matches left. While Napoli and Juve aren't mathematically out of the top spot quite yet, it would be one hell of a collapse if one of the 2 Milan teams aren't lifting the Scudetto for the city of Milan. Currently, it's AC Milan sitting on 78 points, Inter on 75, Napoli on 70, and Juve are on 69 points. So much like the Premier League in a way, that kind of top spot is up for grabs, and you have a lot of action still to be played in the Serie A. So, 3 matches left, 1 less than what the Premier League currently has. Keep an eye out on the Serie A, as that'll be another league to watch. Throughout this month as that league continues. And I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. I'm gonna switch all the way over to the United States. We have leagues here as well. National Women's Soccer League just kicked off this weekend, and the MLS is still going on. So this weekend for the NWSL, we had 2 teams that made their debuts. And Angel City FC started off the affair with a 2-1 win over North Carolina Courage on Friday. I don't know if you watched any of that game or if you watched the atmosphere. It was a sold-out crowd. It was rocking. It was an awesome environment there to just kick off the soccer and the love that is in that city of LA. And it was pretty much LAFC all game. They scored 2 quick ones, one in the 3rd and one in the 13th. The first by Vanessa Giles, and then the second by Yoon Endo. And I don't know if I'm saying that entirely right.
Did you say LAFC?
I'm sorry. Angel City FC.
Angel City. Okay.
They both have that very black
It's same kits
But
and-
man, Angel City FC might have the best kits and the best merch in the NWSL.
Agreed.
Their shirts, their scarves, their jerseys are absolutely fire. And then you also had the San Diego Wave, who played yesterday, right? Yesterday was Sunday? I don't even know what the heck day it is. Yes. They won. And I just want to make sure. I believe they won 1-0 to the Houston Dash. That's two brand new teams that have started off their times in this league with some big wins. with with big players playing, with big fanfare, new bright kits, just fun teams. And it was Jody Taylor in the 86th minute for them to secure that win over the Houston Dash. But a really good weekend for not only those two clubs, but a good kind of spot and a good kind of bit of media on a still growing league, as those two teams were able to secure wins. In other games, Portland Thorns crushed Kansas City Current 3-0. Chicago Red Stars beat Racing Louisville 2-1. Washington Spirit beat OL Reign 2-1. So the former champs, the reigning champs, not former champs, the reigning champs 2-1, and Ashley Hatch and Ashley Sanchez goal in that one. And as we just said, San Diego Wave and Dash, and then
It's gonna be
Gotham
a tough
FC.
season.
Yeah, Gotham FC laid it down on Orlando Pride as they beat our hometown Pride 3-0, and I tell you, it wasn't even close. It was semi-close in the second half when some subs came in and some names that we wanted to see that probably should have started, but
It's going to be a tough year for
it's going to be
Orlando.
a tough year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brand new team.
Is it the Challenge Cup? Is that what they start the year with?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it wasn't even close for Orlando.
No, they're going to struggle all year. New head coach, virtually all new team.
Marta's injured,
out
for the season. So you really have LaRue and Jan's daughter, who are the, I don't know,
and
favorites.
Both
to
are
put in.
going to be injury concerns most of the year, just their style and
As long as you
intensity that they play.
frustrate them, you don't really have that much other offense going. So
You're not wrong.
It's going to be a tough year.
Not wrong at all.
Hey, chill out, because Ferris hangs out with Marta now, so you know.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
that's
met her.
true.
I met her. It was an awesome open house.
It's a great picture you sent. I was like, whoa, it's awesome.
Awesome open house. She is super cool. Just went down there and just gave her a fist bump and asked her, or I didn't ask her, but I just hope that she was doing well through her recovery. She had a big, race on her leg, and very, very, very fun thing. They do this open house, and they do it they did it before the pandemic, and they started doing this, and it's just a nice. It's a nice season ticket event, and it's nice. A lot of the people that go out can get autographs, pictures, and they do some chatting with the GM and some players. So it's great. But yeah, she to get a picture with a goat. I mean, she's
Awesome.
She's
So great.
awesome.
I was
awesome.
jealous. I couldn't make it.
Yeah, I was super jealous when I saw those pictures.
Yeah, it was awesome. Very, very, very cool. Pivoting real quick over to MLS. We won't go over any games as they are just piling through games so far. But in the East, your current standings are the Philadelphia Union 1, New York Red Bulls 2, our Orlando City 3,
Yeah.
Montreal up in the 4. It's kind of surprising, just sneakily there, because they have not been great for most of the year. NYCFC, the former champs, in 5th, Columbus Crew in 6th, Atlanta United in 7th, Toronto in 8th, New England in 9th, Charlotte in 10th. We watched them live here on Saturday, and much better team. And for an expansion team, you don't really realize they're an expansion team. They play very organized, compact. Keep an eye out for them this year. Cincinnati in 11th, Miami in 12th, Chicago in 13th, and DC United in 14th. That rounds out your East for the MLS thus far. And over in the West, LAFC have been piling through, already on 22 points. They're in first. But right behind them, Austin.
Yeah.
Austin
Austin
FC
is crushing it.
in second right now.
A higher goal differential, too.
Higher goal. They each have won 4 at home and lost 1. But they're I tell you, that we get them here in a few weeks, and it's going to be fun to see them live, because last year they did not obviously have the best first year in the league. But so far, wow. Galaxy are in 3rd. FC Dallas, who we got, I think, coming up here soon as well. They're in 4th. Real Salt Lake is in 5th. Minnesota United in 6th. Houston Dynamo in 7th. My Colorado Rapids in 8th. Nashville, who, they're not going to be in ninth. They're by the end of the season, they will definitely find their way up into that top group because they are a very, very solid team and just opened up their
new
brand
stadium.
new the highest attendance soccer stadium.
And Nashville Tennessee's a long state, so Nashville's not next door. It's a bit of a drive, but yeah, I'd like to go out there and catch a game at their
That'd be awesome.
That's because it looks nice.
Yeah, go when Orlando plays there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Portland Timbers in 10th, Sporting KC in 11th, and Seattle in 12th. Portland Sporting in Seattle, three clubs that you would expect to be up there early on, but they're wise. They're all wise clubs. They'll wait. They'll get points in the dead of summer, and you'll start seeing those three teams. Usually, they'll start to creep up the table.
Well, Seattle's got a little bit of. They're playing in the CONCACAF Champions League final tomorrow.
Tomorrow, the next day, yeah.
And
see if we can finally do it. MLS can never quite make that happen.
Hey, if they can make it happen, you watch what's going to happen. Seattle's going to rocket through the table in the MLS because now they're not, broken focus.
Playing on two fronts, and they have a lot on it because a MLS team has never won the CONCACAF Champions League. So
Nope.
if they can pull that off, that would be that'd be a win for the league as a whole.
Pulling for them.
I will as well.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow, May 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern.
May the fourth be with you.
Yeah, so it's not tomorrow. Sorry, it's Wednesday.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
And then San Jose Quakes, man, they've already fired their coach. It's been a mess there. They're in 13th, and Vancouver Whitecaps in 14th. And that rounds out your very, very large, up-to-date La Liga's roundup.
Nice.
Booyah.
Well, I think
Did we just wrap up our soccer?
Yeah, I think that wraps it up for us.
So what were our beers for the episode then? I had the Naked Brewing Company's Moon Pie Chocolate Stout.
We had the Big Storms Maple Rum Hurricane Imperial Stout. It was a 10.1% beer, and boy, did it taste good.
Smooth.
I don't know what the ABV was on mine. I couldn't find it on the can, but it was tasty.
Was that a meal that you just sloshed back there? I literally saw chunks flying into your mouth.
I mean, that was when I was dunking my moon pie.
Fair.
A moon pie beer.
I hear if you put ice cream in there and turn it into a root beer type float.
Okay, but actually, if you heat up a moon pie and put ice cream on it, it is the bomb. So you're not far off.
It's an 8.5 ABV.
Attaboy.
Oh, so we were both up there. Right.
Yeah.
Feeling good in the neighborhood. Was that it, John?
I think so.
That's it, man.
All right, so follow us on Instagram, the Twitters, all the social media stuff, but especially we love the Untapped. We put up all these beers and stuff, and I'll hopefully get a chance to start putting some more Tennessee stuff up as I trips around here. And then everything you can find is the website, www.thegroupgame.com. Leave a rating and review. If you do, take a screen grab. Give us however you listen to us, Apple Podcasts, whatever, and zap it over to us on a direct message. We'll try to get some fun your way. Is that it, gents?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's it.
And
all right,
just look for us. Sorry, just look for us to be doing this on a more regular basis, as we kind of get reacclimated and get set up to put out content on a more regular basis.
Well, as this one will be dropping, people might be listening to this on May the 4th, and Ferris just dropped or made a comment about May the 4th. So I do not have a dad joke. I have a question. Back to a quiz.
Here we go.
Okay, guys, here is your Star Wars question. Or trivia. Chewie is short for Chewbacca. Ben Kenobi is short for Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Luke Skywalker is short for what? Really? You guys don't know?
No.
You don't even have a guess?
Anakin Skywalker?
No, come on. Chewie is short for Chewbacca. Ben Kenobi is short for Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Luke Skywalker is short for a stormtrooper.
Oh. Nice. Okay, I'll give you that one. That's good. Well done.
Little Carrie Fisher. A little sassy cockhead. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Nice.
Oh, the uniform. I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here, Ben Kenobi. I've got your droids.
I'm here to rescue you. Ferris doesn't get it, I don't think.
No, it took me a while. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I mean, I like a good Star Wars movie, but that took me a while.
Man, that was good.
Yeah.
That was like rolling through the Rolodex of my brain, like.
Yeah, you got there a lot faster than me. Not quite there.
Well, crack a beer and watch A New Hope on May 4th, Fair. So when you get to that scene, you'll think of me.
Yeah. But it wasn't. It's not just Star Wars. I still call it just Star Wars. I don't call it New Hope. Star Wars.
Oh, wait, in 77 when it came out, it was Star Wars, and then in 78 when it was re-released, people were confused because it said Star Wars, A New Hope, Episode 4. They're like, what? So Lucas has literally been changing them since 1978. So when people say that he's done it the whole time. Hey, you know what? You make it, you get to do what you want with it.
Fair enough.
Yep. I'm gonna watch Rogue One.
Oh, I love Rogue One. Yeah,
my favorite of all.
I agree.
Well, Afton likes riding around the car. She asks for the pew pew music, and she wants the music for the Death Star run.
Oh,
and
that's
she sits
awesome.
in the back of the car, and it's great because this is what she does. We drive. She goes, Daddy, put the pew pew music in. It's like, hey Siri, play the Battle of Yavin. And she'll like get in the back. She'll go, Commander Daddy, do you see any bad guys? Like there's 5 behind. She goes, I'm increasing power to shields. Freaking kills me.
She is your kid 100%.
I love it. I can't really get her to watch Star Wars. She's still obsessed with Lord of the Rings. We just finished.
Oh, that poor
Hobbit
child.
films.
Oh my God, that poor child.
But dude,
She's gonna be bored for half of her life just watching those damn films.
No, buddy. She just finished The Hobbit, and when it ended, and Gandalf dropped Bilbo because she's already seen Lord of the Rings. This is the first time getting through the Hobbits. She gets the Hobbits. He drops her off at the village. She goes, "Oh, I get it." Then next we watch the one with Frodo because that happens after this. I said, "Yeah, babe." She goes, "Could we put it in now?" I was like,
we don't have half a week to turn this on right now.
So she'll sit down and want to watch those. I still can't quite get her to do the first Star Wars, but
she'll get there.
She watched
Fair
the
enough.
Death Star. And I went, "Ooh, that's cool," and she likes to play it in the car. But it's all about Frodo.
Awesome.
Frodo's her buddy.
All right, gents.
All right, guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely love the beer. Cherish the game.
The beautiful game. Yeah.
Oh, we did it in stereo.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.